ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Thurs Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Sweet 16 is underway in the NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament. The matchup most Bahamians are waiting for is tomorrow night as Buddy Hield and Oklahoma take on Lou Rawls, Tum Tum Nairn, and Michigan State. Now, Buddy and Tum Tum actually played together at the same high school in Kansas, and they still remain very good friends.
We text regardless, but since the tournament started, we've been texting a lot because, just two guys from the Bahamas in the tournament and just congratulating each other. But, we joked around about it, but, I think it was yesterday we were talking and I was joking around with him, and then he said, for real, man, I'm proud of us where we come from, I thought it was kind of cool that, two Bahamians are playing in the Sweet 16, but, I just think it's important that we continue to play the way we've been playing this weekend so we can win the weekend.
Now, this year's NCAA men's basketball tournament has been so big for the Bahamas that it even got play yesterday in the House of Assembly.
Last Sunday, we saw that it was broadcast on ZNS Sports live, where we saw the Bahamas mentioned some 21 times in prime time. And this weekend, as they enter the Sweet 16s, we are sponsoring some of their parents, and in particular, one of their coaches, Mr. Moon McPhee, the great Moon McPhee, of the Hoyts basketball camp in Grand Bahama, who will also attend one of the Sweet 16 games.
Back here at home, the Province Basketball Association was back on court last night with its best of 5 semifinals at the AFI Gym. Up first, the defending champion Commonwealth Bank Giants fought back from a double-digit halftime deficit to even their series with the PJ Stingers thanks to a 93-78 Game 4 victory. Now those teams will play a do-or-die Game 5 come tomorrow. As for who the winner of the Giants and Stingers will play in the championship, that was decided last night as the Patron regulators put away the Millboat Cybots 109-98 in overtime to win that series 3-1. The second edition of the IAAF World Relays got a major financial donation this morning. We get that story from Charles Fisher.
With the signing of the pen, the games are now being called the IAAF BTC World Relays Bahamas 2015, becoming the title sponsor to the tune of $250,000. BTC CEO Leon Williams taking the baton and running with it.
Notwithstanding, BTC has always been embedded in Bahamian culture and in the sponsoring of Bahamian athletes. So we've had Carifta teams that has been labeled as title sponsor, the BTC Carifta teams, for both the swim and for the track and field. We've sponsored the B3As. And so it was not a tall order or a stretch to go and sponsor the IAAF games relays, and particularly because of the success that took place last year in 2014. We're very privileged on behalf of the 800 employees and the executives that are sitting on the stand there to be able to be the title sponsor for this.
Thanking BTC on behalf of the local organizing committee was Mike Sands, CEO and Vice Chairman.
The local organizing committee has developed a relationship with this partner that we are convinced serves as an example of the type of partnership necessary in the hosting of major international events such as the IAAF World Relays. It was not easy getting to this point, but both sides understanding and appreciating the demands and the requirements of each other's work through the challenges and concluded a mutually beneficial agreement that we are confident will contribute significantly to a world-class athletic event.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Dr. Daniel Johnson, calling it a win-win situation.
We want to let the Bahamian public know that we are going to be better this year. We had, I think, a wonderful learning curve. We made it through. We want to show everyone that our brand, and we had a fantastic launch of our brand. We didn't only launch Bahamas World Relays 2014. We launched the Bahamas going into an industry that is the industry of sports. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry all around the world. And we moved for the first time ever in our history from being just the fella on the field who doesn't get any royalties to now being the country at the table who will get the economic impact.
37 days and counting to the IAAF BTC World Relays Bahamas 2015. For ZNS Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Two more Bahamians receiving their just due last night at Government House. Romel Fish Knowles and Aurea Wood Knowles were both inducted into the International Softball Federation's Hall of Fame.
Knowles and Romel Knowles make them more than qualified for the ISF Hall of Fame. It is, however, their commitment to the sport of softball, the desire to help others, especially our youth, accomplish their dreams that set them apart.
These individuals that you have chosen to honor are far more than just great ball players. They've taken the rules of the game, the integrity of the sport seriously, and have demonstrated that it extends far beyond themselves.
The Bahamas Softball Federation continues to produce athletes who contribute to the development of softball and later become worthy of the honors of being bestowed here tonight. Congratulations to all who have been inducted in the past, and particularly my special congratulations to two newest inductees.
I really should have been inducted as a player though, Mr. McMahon. I thought, I also, as a young man, played with Nico, and he fired me and I went with the Pelican Point Stretchers. And I can tell you from that day until I retired, Nico haven't won a game against me since. But the day is very special, particularly not so much for me, because I've done what I had to do, but for the sacrifices I've made. My children suffered, and it's for them. And for my wife, from time to time you have to travel so much, and you take it for granted, and I won't take it for granted anymore.
It's a bittersweet thing for me. I wish it would have been done a little sooner. I am right now missing my father and my husband, but I'm grateful to God for those who are here. It's a wonderful thing to have been inducted into the International Softball Hall of Fame. And I am just so thankful for the opportunity to have served my country, to represent them in softball and other sports throughout my lifetime.
Qualifiers for the 2018 World Cup are underway. Team Bahamas got its first taste of action last night on home soil against Bermuda, and the visitors made a statement, shutting out the home side 5-0. The second leg will be played in Bermuda on Sunday, and Bahamian fans had their say on what needs to be fixed heading into that match.
They need to pass the ball more crisply, and I think they need to have a better defense so that the offense feeds. And I think there are some lapses in the defense, and if that were to pick up, I think the offense will feed off it.
They need to play better defense and try to keep the ball a little bit more and get the ball in the offensive third.
We have to slow the game up because Bermuda is playing a very fast pace of the game. Having the international players like out of London, out of England in the Premier League, but we need to slow the game down, and I think we'll do better.
They bungle up too much in one corner, and so they need to spread the field much wider, and they'll do much better.
The crowd in Bermuda is much more here, and the crowd has a lot to say in terms. The Bahamians need to come out to watch the game tremendously and to support the teams.
The Bahamas definitely with an uphill battle, but we wish them all the best heading into Bermuda on Sunday. And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Thurs Diagnostic Center.